Hey guys, welcome to an interesting video in Wild Rift. So we're back with a Ekko commentary guide. Now, as you guys can see from the title of this video, this one's gonna be an absolute banger. We have a horrible team. Now, I'm just gonna say it from the start. We have a really bad team. We end up having I think it's like a 0-9 MF and like a 0-9 Yone or something like that. It goes really bad. In fact, MF doesn't even buy a starting item, and that kind of tells you what you really just need to know already. She's in lane with Yuumi, she doesn't even have an item. But hey, we're not here to talk about bad teammates, we're here to talk about Ekko and what he can do and how he can carry a team. Literally, I think in this game it's like 2v8 because we do have Yuumi on our backs eventually. So we're going to talk about that. Another thing we're going to talk about is probably in this coming year of 2023, probably going to be toning down the video uploads. We try to generally upload once every alternate day in the past year, but I'm going to be pretty busy this coming year, so we'll have to see about how many videos I can actually put out, but it's probably going to be a little more inconsistent, and yeah, so just to let you guys know. So anyways, here we're going to start off in the laning phase. So unfortunately for us, we're against a Kassadin. Kassadin is one of the easiest mid lane matchups you can get aside from Kayle. Now the issue with Kassadin is, I think Kassadin is really OP in Wild Rift because he can get to level 5 very fast, and before level 5 he can stay very safe. Now look at this, I cannot really do very much to him. Now here I can go all in on him and get off electric proc, take away like a third of his health. Xin Zhao spotted in the area by my ward at the pixel burst, so I can't really even all in him. Even if Xin Zhao wasn't there, it wouldn't actually matter because he's too close to tower anyways. But here what I can do against Kassadin is I can actually rotate with my jungle to help him secure the Scuttle Crab. So the issue with why Kassadin is so strong in Wild Rift is you can get lane priority, but that's where the disadvantages sort of stop. Now you can get lane priority against Kassadin very easily, like what I just did there, but you can't really kill him in lane. It's really difficult to kill him in lane because of the honey fruit, because of how short mid lane is, and also because Kassadin's all take fleet footwork for the sustain, which is the optimal rune for Kassadin because he doesn't need electrocute for damage in the late game, he just needs to survive early game. So here you can see he's already almost level 5. And when he hits level 5, he's not going to be strong, but he's going to have an extra flash basically on his ulti to just run away. So basically, long story short, is that if Kassadin doesn't make a mistake, you more or less can never kill him in lane. What you can do, however, the best thing you can do against Kassadin, if he plays well, is to do what I'm doing here, which is to make sure your lane is always shoved in. So here, with the lane always shoved in, this allows you to do a couple of things. Recall, get items, or force him to stay in lane, allows you to rotate to fights, or allows you to rotate to other lanes. So take a look over here. Kassadin is walking his way back to lane. Here, in the meantime, I flash, and I managed to kill the Morgana, and I get myself a kill and get a hit. So this is the best way to play against Kassadin, regardless of what champion you're playing. Of course, if you're something like a Kayle, then probably you can't do this, but majority of other champions, whoever you're playing, this is probably what you want to do against Kassadin. So all I do is really just keep on shoving the wave and making sure that I have priority to rotate to fights. Like you guys can see there, I rotated to help Master Yi secure the Skull Crab. I rotated to top to get a kill, and etc. that sort of thing. So now we're going to talk a little bit more about, less about what we should do against Kassadin, more about Ekko himself. So what do I have for my build on Ekko? So for the runes, I actually have Electrocute. I know Fleet Footwork is a pretty popular rune, but I personally just like Electrocute for the one-shot potential. And I'm against Kassadin in this match, so I don't actually need Electrocute to really... I don't actually need Fleet Footwork, sorry, to actually sustain in lane, because I'm against a Kassadin. Like, I know I'm not gonna have a problem with sustaining in lane, so might as well get Electrocute. Here the enemy lane is really overextended, however I run straight into a root by the Morgana. I dash into the field to get the shield, I get ignited. I proc Electrocute on Morgana, and here I'm trying to actually get onto the Jhin. I try to ult back for the health, but I wait a little bit too long, so I don't actually get my health back from the burst. So here I'm left at 1 HP. Jhin pops his ulti, but he's aiming for MF and not me, which is amazing for me. So here I'm just gonna recall, and yeah, not quite successful of a gank. Did force, I believe I did force, actually I didn't force anything, I didn't even force any sum, so not the best gank from me. I ran straight into the root and the gank was pretty much all over from there. But still, our wave state is really fine. I can see that Master Yi, for no good reason, is stealing my entire minion wave. And in solo queue, sometimes this happens. You know, you can ping the jungler, you can be upset, but really there's not anything you can do about this. But assuming he didn't take my wave, because Kassadin doesn't have the best wave clear, especially in the earlier stages of the game, the wave would have been in a very good state for me, and it would have been just right for me to actually farm the wave. Anyways, here you can see I'm trying to get some tower damage. Master Yi is still busy trying to get my minions. But anyways, Kassadin makes a huge mistake by trying to contest against me and Master Yi. Allows me to prompt electrocute and get the kill on him. Here, I'm not able to get off my ult in time because I get knocked out by Xin Zhao, so unfortunately I do die. I do die quite a couple of times in the game now. Of course, with 2 lanes going 0 and 9 eventually, obviously you're going to have a lot of fed enemies, so obviously I'm still going to die quite a bit. But we can show you, even with like deaths and all that, you can still carry the game. But we're gonna, you know, talk about that a little bit later on. Now we're still gonna talk about, still haven't covered the runes and the items yet. So after electrocute, I go for sudden impact because you dash a lot with Ekko and your second ability like this. So sudden impact is gonna help you get that extra penetration. And then I believe, if I'm not wrong, I take bone plating for the anti-burst. And if I'm not wrong, I also take Hunter Genius for the CDR, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, here we see a pretty huge fight happening in the top lane. Here there's like 4 enemies there, so I'm trying to, like, you know, go in but be safe at the same time. 4 people have split up. So here I go in on Xin Zhao because he has the biggest shutdown, so I'm going for Xin Zhao to get the kill on him. Kassadin has already ulted and everything, so here's another easy kill onto him. Now I'm against the enemy bot lane. Here I'm gonna ult for the damage, and here I'm going for the Jhin, and I'm just managed to get the Jhin before I die to Morgana. And this is a really worth play in my opinion, because even though I died eventually, I did get a triple kill. I did get the shutdown from the Xin Zhao, and I believe Jhin with at 2, 0, and 2 would have like a small 100 gold bounty as well. So I also get the bounty off of Jhin, and I put Kassadin further behind. Now the best thing you can do against Kassadin is to try to kill him as much as possible in the early game. We know that in lane it's pretty difficult to do that, as I've already covered, but in team fights, targeting Kassadin not a bad idea, because you can set him further behind and make it such that he reaches late game a little bit later on compared to what he would have if you don't kill him. So anyways, now we're at 5, 2, and 1. Now we're going to discuss what we get for the items. Now first we start off with a Lich Bane, which of course is going to increase our damage quite a bit. Because after you cast all of your spells, you can get a little bit extra damage from the Sheen, as well as getting other benefits like ability haste. So here the reason why I'm interested in Olaf is 3, 0, and 2, so he is kind of the last shutdown that I haven't got on their team. And I'm quite interested in getting Olaf's shutdown. However, of course, we can't just simply 1v1 Olaf, or I guess in this case it's 2v1 Olaf with Yuumi on my back. But I'm not too confident of that, so instead I'm just going to go for the Kassadin, who is an easy target. Pop the electrocute. Here I'm putting down the W where I know he's going to go. Flash forward for the stun, and we do get another easy kill onto the Kassadin. So, after we go for Lich Bane, we actually go for Death Cap, and then Oblivion Orb, and then Void Staff, and finally I top it off with the new Awakened Soul Stealer in this particular match. So here I'm going for the Morgana or the Jhin, but unfortunately I run into all of the CC again. We do manage to get the Morgana, but unfortunately we do get CC'd by them all, and Olaf comes in from behind for the kill. Now I knew that Olaf was coming, don't get me wrong, but I thought that I could kill 1 or 2 of them before Olaf came, and then I could ult back out and pretty much just escape the Olaf, because by then Olaf would have been on top of me, and I thought I could just ult out and escape the situation, but unfortunately did not quite happen that way. Now fortunately though, I do have 7 kills, and I do have my death cap completed. Now if you guys notice here, my team is 6k gold behind, and my team has 8 kills. 7 of those kills are on me, and I have the 1 assist, so I literally have 100% KP at this point in time. So literally I'm hard carrying my team. Now we have a 0-4 MF, we have a 1 and 5 Master Yi, we have a 0-4 and 0 Yone, who has done absolutely nothing so far. Now Yuumi is 0 and 1, but it's not so bad because, you know, Yuumi is always going to be attached to somebody. Here again I'm trying to go for Olaf. Olaf flashes out. Go for Xin Zhao instead. He's a second most valuable target here. Olaf goes back in, so I'm immediately going to focus Olaf. I do get the 750 gold shutdown, and I do end up dying for it in the end from the Morgana. I believe it was her, it wasn't her ignite, but I'm not quite sure how I died there, considering I already escaped the Morgana W, but I do end up dying there somehow. Anyway, Jin now gets a couple kills, and now he reaccumulates a shutdown. He was, of course, 2, 1, and 2 just now. Now he has gotten 5 more kills and 3 more assists. So Jin is going to be my next target to kill because he now has a shutdown. So basically, you can see that when you're really behind, you sort of just want to try to target the most efficient person possible who has the shutdown if you can. Now here MF ends up dying to Jin, and Yumi ends up getting the shutdown onto the Jin, which is, I guess, not the worst in the world, or it kind of is, but I'm just trying to be a bit more positive here. So here, Olaf, 1v1 against us, but we do have the Yumi on our backs, and our team is coming out of the base. So here, I'm pretty much just letting my team soak up some damage first before I go in. I don't really want to be the first one just diving straight in unless I can one-shot someone 100 to 0. If not, I don't want to be going in because I don't necessarily want to tank a lot of damage, because at this point, I do know that I'm literally my team's only chance of winning here. So I have to be really, really careful. Here, I know Olaf doesn't have ulti, so I'm going to stun him up. I'm going to focus the Olaf first. Yumi picks up the kill, gets the double root with the ulti, and here I'm going back in for the Kassadin, like that. Boom, Kassadin goes down to my passive basically. Here I see Morgana is pretty low, I go in, kill the Morgana, and here we try to go for the Jin as well. Now here I get the huge shield, I dive in for the Jin. Now here I was actually trying to ult out, but the issue is that I didn't realize that after that E that I used to get onto the Jin under tower, I didn't actually have enough mana to cast my ult. So I did have my ult up, but I didn't have the mana to cast it, and I didn't realize. So I ended up tanking an extra tower shot that I wouldn't actually have needed to tank if I just walked out without trying to ult. So I would have actually survived there if I noticed I didn't have mana for ult. But I took 1 second to realize that, and that 1 second equated to 1 tower shot, which equated to me dying. So really unfortunate there. I give Jin a pretty huge shutdown, and Jin is one of the most fed members of their team, so that's really, really bad from me. So anyways, as I mentioned, if you take a look now at the updated like KDAs, you can see we have a 0 and 7, 077 MF, not doing well. 3-7 and 6 mastery, I guess at least doing better than MF. 2-2 and 14 Yumi, she's doing actually fine. Like, she actually has the second most gold after me on my team, which is pretty ridiculous when you think of it. And here again, I'm trying to go on to Jin, but I do get rooted a lot. I get rooted again. A lot of CC from the enemy team. And of course, then we have the 0, 7, and 5 Yone. So we have 2 people who are 0 and 7. Both Yone and MF are 0 and 7. I have no idea how. And meanwhile, I am 13, 5, and 4 with 12k gold, the most gold in the game. And we have our 3 item power spike already. So here, we want to look to like one-shot some people. So here, I spot Jin out of position. Boom, I go in. Jin gets one shot. Left at 1 HP, so Yumi finishes off the kill. And here, we also get the kill onto Morgana. Now, this is what we really want to do. If your team is all behind and you are an assassin like Ekko, you want to find situations where the enemy team is alone. Like there, 2 of them were alone. Here, Xin Zhao is alone. His team is not going to come to back, or rather they are, but we kill him first. Now we're going to turn onto his team. Olaf goes in. We kill Olaf as well. We don't want to take 5v5 team fights because we don't win that. How are we going to win 5v5 team fights? We have a 0 and 7 Yone and a 0 and 7 MF. I am 16 and 5, so we do have that. But we have to take picks. So here with all the picks, we can actually get the Baron, which is pretty huge in the game. Now, you can see how bad my teammates are. MF decides to go for the Skull Crab instead of attacking the Baron for no reason. I have no idea what she's doing here. Master Yi decides to smite the Baron right here with like 800 health on the Baron remaining. I don't know what he's doing either. I don't know what I'm witnessing here, to be very honest. Like, I have no idea what's happening. Like this team is really, really bad. And we can already see that even before any of this happened, but that's just a really obvious example of what's really happening here. Anyways, I realize that I have a useless team. The blue buff is obviously going to be the best on me. I'm just going to take the blue buff for myself. I'm not even going to bother to let Master Yi smite it. Anyways, by the way guys, as that was happening, as I was incredulously talking about how MF doesn't attack Baron and Master Yi smited at like when Baron was at like 2k plus, in the meantime, they've actually both managed to die. So we don't have Baron buff on Master Yi and MF either. So we've lost 2 Baron buffs instantly. I don't know how that happened either. I guess it's the Jin's ultimate most likely. But yeah, it's pretty bad. So anyways, here I spot 2 people broken off from the team, and this is what I was talking about. I want to get picks onto people when they're away from their team. I can fight the 2 of them. I get the kill there. I ult back out. And their team is actually rotating. Master Yi is going on to, and Master Yi and Yone are going on to Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao dies as well. So this is the only way we're gonna win, is we gotta get picks here and there, picks here and there, picks here and there. We don't win 5v5. The moment we take a 5v5 team fight, we probably lost the game. Because we're all just gonna die, and the enemy team is just gonna easily clean up the game. So, yep, again, it's literally just me and Yuumi versus the world. Now, by the way, guys, this Yuumi is actually doing really well, because Yuumi has noticed that staying with MF makes no sense at all. Yuumi has more gold than MF. Going on Master Yi and Yone makes no sense at all either. So if you notice, the Yuumi only attaches to me. Now, this is what you should be doing as a Yuumi player. You gotta identify your win condition and attach to your win condition. So in that case, win condition clearly is me. So she's just gonna attach to me. And that's what we're going to do. So now here you can see I'm a little bit apprehensive of walking up, because I have no idea where the enemy team is. And if I get caught out, the game is going to be really difficult, because my team is all going to be in trouble. So here Olaf tries to go in, gets the kill on Master Yi, but because of that he uses everything on Master Yi. Allows me to get another double kill onto the Xin Zhao and the Olaf. I've gotten the kills on 2 of them quite a lot at this point, because they're always together for some reason, and they always focus someone else who's not me. So here enemy team already has double dragon. So here I'm trying to actually get my team a dragon if we can, so that we don't give them triple dragon. Although ocean dragon is the least valuable one, but we don't want to give them the multiplier for their other 2 valuable dragons. So that's why I'm actually doing the dragon here. Now I don't know what MF is doing here. MF is for some reason in the enemy jungle. So here I realize that maybe doing dragon is not the best idea. Getting a pick first would be better. Here Jin actually spots me, but he doesn't run away for some reason. Here I'm going in, and I basically just one-shot the Jin. Here again, I'm just going to pretty much just one-shot the Kassadin as well. And with that, I can go back onto going to the dragon, and here I can try to get the dragon. Xin Zhao is now up, so we gotta try to do this quickly if we can. Yone hops the wall instead of focusing the dragon for some reason. But thankfully we get the dragon secured just before Xin Zhao actually comes into the pit. Here I put a zoning W, so if anyone walks close, I can just hop right in like that and just one-shot whoever walks in. That was not meant to be a kind of kill kind of W, but ends up everybody just walked, not everybody, Morgana just walked into it and I couldn't resist. I get to go in for the one-shot. And even after that, the 2 of them walk right next to where my ult is. I ult and instantly pop them like with the ult damage. Now, underrated use of the ult is just for the damage. Most people use the Ekko ult when they're really low HP and they need to run away or they need to like get back some health. But sometimes even when you're at full health, you can still use the Ekko ult. If the enemy team is stepping right on top of it, the Ekko ult does a huge amount of damage, especially because I'm so fat. 24 kills in this game. I think like 20 kill games are really rare. Don't know how I managed to get a 24 kill game here. Here again, I'm putting down the W to zone Jin away. I'm just going to take the inhibitor tower. And yeah, I still have no idea how I'm winning this game with a 0-9 MF and a 0-9 Yone. So yeah, I don't know. This is really a strange game. I guess Master Yi is 4-9. It's better than 0-9. I guess he's not doing well either, of course. And aside from that, only Yuumi is doing alright on my team. Now, I back off here because Yuumi isn't with me anymore. So I don't really want to fight without Yuumi, because without Yuumi, I know my chances are a lot lower of winning the fight. And also, of course, I'm a lot weaker without Yuumi. MF doesn't get the memo though, so MF just dies. Anyways, here we've given up the pressure in mid, so enemy team is going to push down mid. I'm at full build at this point, as you guys can see. So here, I'm ready and willing to fight. Here I'm just going to go for the one-shot on Morgana, because she's the squishiest target out of all of them here. I'm going to ult back to get back to full health, and also do some damage, I think, to Olaf. We get the kill onto Xin Zhao as well. Here, we only have Kassadin and Jin left. Here I'm going for either of them, really, doesn't quite matter. I'm trying to go for the Kassadin, there we go, Kassadin goes down. I stasis, of course, to prevent myself from dying, and my ult is now back up. So here I'm going to go in for the Jin, there we go, legendary, we get the Jin, and pretty much we kill them all. So here this is the time when we need to quickly end the game before the enemy team starts team fighting us and coming back. So here, I'm just going to quickly just clear up the minions, and I'm just going to quickly toss the zoning W onto the ground. Of course, Olaf can immune that with his ulti, but we do manage to finish the game. And yeah, so We're just gonna briefly take a look at the stats and how insane the stats are. Now, look at this. Not right here, but right as I turn it over to the actual numbers instead of like the builds and all that. But here, look at this. We have 97% kill participation, which is 35 kills out of 36 kills. So only one kill I wasn't involved in. That's absolutely insane. And we also have 51% of the team's damage. Like, what kind of game do we have 51% of the team's damage? It makes no sense. And like, Yumi did almost as much damage as MF. That makes no sense either. And Yone for that matter as well. But anyways, for the rest of the stats, I'll leave you guys with the rest of the stats. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. And goodbye.